So my business will do around 50 grand this month in profit. And the only thing that I've done to do that is post YouTube videos. I have probably 8,000 people in my audience across Instagram and YouTube. And that's the only thing that I've done. And the purpose of this video, why I'm filming this, is because I believe that if you are somebody in this internet marketing, online service space, agency, growth operator, coach, consultant, it doesn't matter. You help people get a result, you sell a transformation. If you don't develop the skill set of YouTube, I think it will forever be hard for you to grow your business and get clients. And that's not just me saying that. It's me actually going through it myself because it felt incredibly hard for me to get clients when I was doing cold outreach. And although it does work, what works a whole lot better and more fun is posting some YouTube videos helping people out. And then those people want to help you in return because they want to get to where they want to go faster. And it really does suck to have to chase down clients. Like, it's not something that's fun. Nobody wakes up and they're like, dude, I can't wait to send 100 DMs today on Instagram. And I know for me, making YouTube videos is something that I wanted to do. And so if that's something that you want to get good at, the only thing that you're missing is the skill set. A lot of people think that making videos and posting on YouTube is a long-term marketing play, but it's only long-term if you don't have the skill set. Mr. Beast, he says that he can get to 1 million subscribers in 30 days if he had to start over from scratch. And so it isn't a thing about like, hey, it's a long-term play. It's like, yeah, it's a long-term play for you if you don't have the skill set and actually doing it. I've only been making videos for about 2 years and I'm just getting decent at it now. And with that being said, I don't have a massive audience and I'm still able to sign a ton of clients because my message is very specific to exactly who I want to serve and I provide a ton of value. I don't post lifestyle, entertaining stuff. I give value and that's it. And a lot of people tell you this, and maybe you're one of those guys that watches these types of videos. Oh, build an audience, start posting, start creating, stop consuming, right? Nobody talks about the actual how. Like, nobody shows you what do you need to work on to develop the skill set of YouTube. That's what I want to show you here in this video, okay? If you watch this video and you apply the exact steps, the exact system, you'll be able to start signing clients from YouTube. You'll be able to start attracting clients to you, and you'll come back to me and you'll be like, holy crap, Christian, you were freaking right, okay? So let's go ahead and let's dive into it here. So the first thing we have to think through is, what is the actual skill set of YouTube? Well, I view YouTube like a funnel, like any other marketing system. It is a system, and that means there's certain steps that need to go through the system in order for somebody to complete the system. In this case, the system is posting a video, getting somebody to watch, and then getting somebody to book a call or speak with you somewhere in order to buy your thing. And if we look at it like a system, we have the endpoint over here, or the start point, and we have the endpoint over here. And there's certain steps in between here that we need to do. And I boil this down to packaging, content, and call to action. I believe Patty Galloway, who's somebody that I've studied a lot. He's the #1 YouTube strategist in the world. He's helped Mr. Beast and the top creators on earth with their content. And he thinks through a very simple system as well. And the way he describes it is, very simply put, if people aren't watching your video, if people aren't clicking on it, they're not going to see it, right? And so it doesn't matter how valuable your video is. It doesn't matter if it's literally the best thing in your market compared to everybody else. It doesn't matter. If people aren't clicking, they aren't watching. That's #1. And so the #1 beginning skill is simply packaging. You need to learn how to get really freaking good at packaging your videos. That's title and thumbnail. Okay, and there's certain aspects to it. So we're going to be breaking these down each together, but as an overview. #1 is packaging, because if people don't click, they don't watch. I don't care how good your video is or how valuable it is. People don't click, they don't watch. If people click and they don't watch through the whole video, they're not going to hear your call to action. They're not going to feel like they actually got value from you, and they're not going to end up buying, right? And so people need to click first. They then need to stick around and listen to you for long enough to build trust with you and to hear your call to action at the end. And if people are clicking, if people are watching, and people are not booking or sending you a DM or wanting to work with you, then the problem's in the actual value and content itself, not resonating with their pain points enough and not showing that you're an expert to solve the exact problem they have. So when you think of it like this, I hope this alone provides you with clarity, because people think like, oh, the algorithm hates me. Mr. Beast, he doesn't even use the word algorithm. Instead of the word algorithm, he just replaces it with audience. And he says, hey, the algorithm doesn't hate you, man. The audience just doesn't like you. They don't want to click. They don't want to watch. They don't want to stick until the end. So think of this system in this way. Number one's the packaging. This is the skill set you have to develop. Number two is the actual content, the value that you're providing, the way that you're speaking, the analogies that you use, your tonality. All these speaking skills come into play right here, and your marketer skills. And the last is the call to action. So making sure you offer something that actually aligns with the content and the audience that you're bringing in. These three things, if you get good at these three skills, you will be able to get all of your traffic, all of your clients from YouTube inbound, pre-sold on your solution. I tell people all the time, like when you post videos and you provide value to people and you spend 30 minutes with them, you post a 30-minute video, people are spending 30 minutes with you. If you do that 3 times a week, people are spending an hour and a half with you every week. They're seeing you more than they see their freaking cousin. It builds trust and it pre-sells people. So that's how my close rate so far this month is at an 83% close rate. And it's definitely not because I'm the best salesman on earth, all right? So this is kind of what comes into play. Now, how do we actually break this down? When it comes to the packaging, right? Let me make this a little bit bigger. When it comes to the packaging consists of your title and thumbnail. So the overall principle to making a title and a thumbnail that gets people to click is building curiosity. You need people to feel curious. And your actual click-through rate, right, which is the percentage of people that see the video on their homepage or they're suggested on YouTube or something like that, a percentage of those are going to click through to actually watch your video. This is your click-through rate, right? I know people with a 1% click-through rate, which is awful. I stay around like a 5% click-through rate, but the videos that do well for me are up at an 8, 9%. And so there's a certain KPI that we can dive into here, but how you actually get a higher click-through rate to get people to click on your stuff is by building curiosity. And it's to the extent at how curious people are that will determine how high your click-through rate is, right? So an example of this is if you make a video, and let's say that you're running an agency and you do Snapchat ads for businesses, right? If you make a video that says how to run Snapchat ads as a business owner, it doesn't leave you that curious. Now, if you're a business owner that's maybe in pain and you've tried Facebook ads and you've tried outreach and you've tried agencies, and then you see this video that says how to run Snapchat ads, maybe you're a little bit curious and maybe the click-through rate will be decent. But if you make a video, and this is just off the top of my head, if you make a video and the title to it is stop hiring marketing agencies, run these Snapchat ads instead. Or if the title was how I've generated I don't know, like $1 million a month through Snapchat ads, that immediately drives curiosity. And there's different emotions that we could bring out of people to make them curious. The first example, which is the one that I said, and this is actually really, really good stuff. I said, stop hiring agencies, run Snapchat ads instead. Now, that's not the best title, but if you said something like stop running Instagram ads for your business, run these simple Snapchat ads instead, that might work. The actual principle that you want to follow here, the reason these titles work, and you could just substitute this with anything else. Like I made a video that said stop doing outreach, copy how I make 30 grand a month instead. That video had a high click-through rate. That format is like the stop doing X, do Y instead. Why does it work well? ChatGPT described this word or this phrase as contrarian belief breaking. You basically want to bring a contrary idea to something that your ideal client or ideal viewer or audience member has. And so if I tell people stop doing outreach, do this instead. If you are currently doing outreach, it goes against what you believe to be true and it increases curiosity. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if we do the second title that we came up with, which is something along the lines of like how I make $1 million a month with simple Snapchat ads, the principle behind how it ignites enough curiosity to get people to click is with authority. And in this online money space, this is what a ton of people use. Because people fundamentally in the online space, like a lot of these guys are marketers, advertisers, they don't really know YouTube too well. And so a lot of people lean heavily on the authority. I do as well, because it really, really works in this space in particular. And it's just flexing. Like if you can just flex, what's an example? William Brown makes a video, step-by-step how I made like $16 million. You don't need a good thumbnail. You don't need anything else in the title. It is just authority that proves that you've done something extraordinary. And then that's why people click. If you made that same video and you said step by step how I made $1,000, it doesn't make you as curious. You're like, dude, how the hell did this guy make 16 mil? Do you see the difference? So these are two examples that you can take and run with right now. Contrarian belief breaking. Introduce something contrary to what that person that you're trying to target currently believes. Number two is just leverage your authority. And your authority can be in different sectors. It doesn't just have to be money. How I got 1 million impressions, how I send 1,000 cold DMs a day. That's a video I made that got like 15,000 views. It is authority. It's flexing something like to an exaggerating amount. Do you get what I'm saying? If I said how I send 10 DMs a day, nobody would watch. But since I said 1,000 DMs a day, a ton of people became curious. So overall, in order to make a title and thumbnail that's going to get people to click on your actual content, you need to ignite some level of curiosity. And the more curiosity that you can bring out of somebody, the more they're going to want to click that video. I remember I heard somebody say this. You want to make your video so good that when people see it on their homepage on YouTube as they're scrolling late at night, it's 8 o'clock right now. If I see a video right now on my YouTube homepage and it makes me so curious and I'm like, dude, I have to see that video, but I had to go to bed, right? As I'm laying in bed, if this video has me thinking, dude, I need to see what's inside this video, that's a title and thumbnail combination that ignites curiosity. Here's some like illustrations for you to think of. Look at curiosity on a scale right here, and we have like 1 to 10. That example I just gave you is a 10 out of 10 right here. So you want to actually base your title and thumbnails off like a curiosity meter, we could call it, on a 1 to 10 level. Go audit, go look at your last video, or if you haven't posted content, when you go to do it, go review the title and thumbnail. How curious would this make me if I'm the ideal viewer right now? And the way I want you to think of it, this just came to my mind. Think of it like a gift, right? We have a gift, and bear with me on this freaking ribbon. I'm just gonna draw like a little infinite sign. Pretend like this is like the gift wrap right here. This is your title and thumbnail, right? Or even like the name tag on the gift wrap. Like if the name, it says like it's for you on Christmas Day. It says for Christian. I'm gonna wanna see what's inside of there. But if it says for Emily, it's not for me, right? So think of like the packaging, the title and thumbnail is the ribbon on your gift. It is like the wrapping. The actual content inside is the gift, right? And this thought process kind of helps me think through it, because it doesn't matter how good your video is if your title and thumbnail suck. So you have to make your title and thumbnail extremely good so that people want to see what's inside. They want to see what the actual gift is, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. We use contrarian belief breaking and authority to do this. Number two thing, let's talk about the actual content itself. So the content itself, this is step 2. So again, think of it like a system. We got people to click. Now we need them to stay in the video long enough in order to get to the end of the video where we have a call to action and we guide them to go somewhere. And so for the content itself, here's some ways that I like to do this. A lot of the content itself comes down to how you say things. I was reviewing a video that one of my clients made, and he speaks Russian as his main language. And he's making videos in English. And his main thing that he talks about is email marketing and SMS marketing. And as I was reviewing the video, I could tell that the stuff he was saying was really, really good stuff. But I told him this on a call. I'm like, man, I'll be honest. If I saw this video and I was the ideal client, I wouldn't even believe the things that you're saying in this video to be true. And it's because of the way that you're actually saying it. You're not emphasizing your words, you're stuttering, you're messing up here and there. And yes, I understand Russian's your first language, but you need to get good as a speaker first. Speaking is like the most underrated skill. Use it all the time. Use it on sales calls, use it on YouTube videos, use it on VSLs, use it on Loom videos, outreach videos or text or voice notes. You have to get good at speaking. And for me, a lot of it just came with experience. If you go look at my first video, it sucked. And that first video was after already talking and working on my speaking, working with a ton of real estate agents in my first marketing agency. So that wasn't even like fresh Christian that's never spoken in his life. Like I remember I used to suck at speaking. I used to do school projects. And man, I sounded like I was dying, bro. I would be in front of the camera and be like, so in today's Spanish project, vamos a hablar de esta cosa. I don't know. Whatever. The point is you have to develop your speaking skills. Are there different ways you can do this? Yes. Go watch some speaking YouTube videos, okay? Develop your speaking skills. A lot of it comes down to reps. And then here's the actual good stuff. I like to say every point that I'm making with logic plus a story. Like you saw, I just mentioned a story of my client, or I mentioned the projects that I used to do in my like in high school and college. I used to film these projects and my speaking skills were terrible. When I'm describing points in a video, it's very easy for the stuff I'm talking about to be boring. Like if you think about it right now to its core, what you're watching, this stuff is boring. I'm talking about YouTube videos, titles and thumbnails, how to make content. It's boring, right? The only way to make it more entertaining is by first being yourself in the way that you speak, the way you express yourself, your tonality, what you emphasize, and most importantly, it's by using stories, okay? You have to make your stuff entertaining. Because if I just sat here and I just like sounded like a teleprompter, like a ChatGPT, AI that's just speaking to you, you wouldn't actually consume the content. It doesn't matter how good this stuff is. If I don't present it in a way that's entertaining enough to get you to listen, you're not gonna apply it. Dan Henry says how, I remember I was listening to a podcast and he mentioned this. He said the best teachers in school are the fun ones. I remember mine. I probably had some really good teachers, but they were boring as crap in science class. I would never listen to them. But my history teacher, man, she was funny, dude. She was super, super funny. And she was so funny that when she was teaching me things, I would actually listen because it was funny and I was entertained while being educated. And so it's a mixture of entertaining people while you are educating them. And that's something I'm working on. Because a lot of my stuff, it's so valuable. It'll make you so much money, but it's boring, right? And that's okay. Regardless, use logic and a story for each of your points. Another easy one is leverage ChatGPT. Like easy freebie here. Use ChatGPT for everything in your business, but logic plus story for each of your points. So logically show people the value right here. How am I doing it? The value, curiosity, that's the number one element we need to bring out of people to get them to click. We use contrarian belief breaking, authority to make titles and thumbnails. That is the logic as to why this thing works, the actual value behind it, logically how this makes sense and why it works. And then we back it up with a story to hook people, keep them engaged, keep them entertained. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you make a 30-hour-long video where you are just providing value bombs, your retention graph will look something like this, right? Maybe I can actually draw it out since I'm small on your screen, but your retention graph will look like this. I was looking at one of my clients' videos, and dude, this guy's gotten hundreds of millions of views on YouTube Shorts. And he guided the people that saw his YouTube Shorts to his long form, and he had a retention graph that I've never seen in my life. We joke about it because he had, I think, 20,000 views on the YouTube video, and 0% of people were watching at the end. It was ridiculous. The retention graph looked like this. It looked like this. Look, it went like this. You had 20,000 people jump on, and then like 80% left after 10 seconds. And that's because he brought short form viewers that like to watch YouTube Shorts to a long form educational video. And those people got the hell up out of there after 10 seconds of their attention span. So there's a lesson there in itself that you don't want to be making shorts and longs at the same time, because the people that consume the short stuff, they're not long form viewers, right? If anything, what I found is me sitting here and I'm going on 22 minutes right now. The longer the videos I make, the higher quality clients I get. Because you watching this, if you're still watching right now, you're a high quality person. You have a long attention span. You actually care. You actually want to make YouTube videos that bring you clients. If you were to work with me, you would actually want to take action and do the work. That's the whole principle. So for you as well, it doesn't matter if you make hour-long videos. The people that are willing to watch an hour are the best clients you're ever going to have. Okay, so logic and story for the actual content itself. Now, where's the rest of this stuff? I freaking lost it. Where are we? Okay, right here. And so for this section, just genuinely solve people's problem. I mean, like actually resonate with the problem the people you're targeting have and show them how to solve it. Like literally show them everything. People gatekeep. Like it's the stupidest. It's very, very dumb. Okay. So the third thing, let's talk about the actual call to action. Now it's very important on your call to action and at the end of the video that you give an offer that's in alignment with what they want. So when I tell people about the offer, it's like, make sure you're targeting people that have a problem, make sure they have money, and make sure they actually want it. Like in examples, I'm making this video right now. If you don't want to start posting YouTube videos, you're not watching at this point in the video. So I talk to people that are sick of what they're currently doing, but want to do the same thing I'm doing. And I only target them. I remember for the longest time, I was working with people that wanted to scale. And one key thing we would do is build a YouTube channel to scale, but they didn't want to do YouTube. And for a long time, I was selling to people that didn't want the thing that I had, even though they really, really needed it. So maybe you're experiencing that as well. Like, don't sell to people that need what you have. Sell to people that want the actual transformation and want to use the vehicle that you do to get them there, if that makes sense. Okay? So the call to action, make sure it's in alignment with what people want. Make sure, I mean, this is a whole offer training right here, but here's actually something interesting I can give you. Most people don't need a call to action. Like, I've found this, I've tested it. A lot of my videos in the past have had call to actions. Most of my videos now don't. And now I'm about to have a record month in my business. And it's just because I focused on making better content, making better titles and thumbnails to get people to click, making more valuable videos that solve actual problems for people and shows them things that they want to do to solve the problems they currently have. And without a call to action, people just come to me for help, because when the value's there, it doesn't matter if you have a call to action or not. People aren't stupid. And I hope the clients you work with aren't stupid. Like, I know the clients I work with are people similar to me, are people I would consider friends. And so I'm not stupid myself. If I consume somebody's stuff and they're freaking good, man, and I know they can help me, I don't need them to tell me where to go. I'll find the link. I'll find their DMs. I'll hit them up. I'll ask them if I can pay them. You know what I'm saying? So I've found from testing that you don't really need call to actions. Like, you really don't. Depending on the sophistication level of the people that you're working with, okay? And another interesting thing you want to do is you actually want to guide people to more of your videos. So the actual call to action I've been having recently isn't to book a call or to work with me or to DM me. My actual call to action is to check out another video. Because all I want to do is I want to optimize for one stat and one stat alone. If I pop up my YouTube studio, you'll actually be able to check it out here. If I go to analytics and we look over the month, look at how cool this is, man. So all of my numbers are up, and it's because I've been posting a lot more, and I want this to be very, very consistent, and we're getting there. But look at this, dude. I have 485 watch time hours. This is the number one metric that you want to track inside of your YouTube channel. I don't care about views. I don't care about subscribers. I definitely do not care about revenue. This is freaking, I do not track this at all. What I care about is watch time. How much time are people spending with me? Because the principle here is that when people pay you with their time, when people give you their time, they spend, right? They're paying you time. They spend their time with you for long enough, they'll spend their money with you. That is the principle. Take that one and run with it. When people spend time with you, enough time with you, they will spend enough money with you. That's how it works. Optimize for watch time. That's why I talk to people, dude, they have like one VSL. They get people to watch one video before booking a call and buying. It sucks, dude. It's awful. It's the worst way to get clients, because people are spending 10 minutes on a VSL with you, and then you expect them to give you $5,000, $10,000. It is such a hard interaction. It's such a cold lead. They don't have any trust. But when you get somebody to give you 485 hours, and I'm not talking about one person, obviously, but multiple people to give you 485 hours, they're probably going to give you $5,000. That's how I've done this stuff. It's very simple, right? So call to action, get them to more videos to increase watch time. You don't really need a call to action. Make sure your offer's in alignment with your messaging, the pain they actually have and what they want to do, and you show them, you bridge the gap. This isn't an offer training video. This is a YouTube training video, right? We went over title and thumbnail. We went over packaging, content, the whole freaking nine. And I really hope that you got value in this video. I'm telling you, YouTube will change your life. It is the best way to get clients, and it isn't a long-term play. It is simply a skill issue. And when you nail in those 3 skills that we just went over, which obviously encompass a bunch of sub-skills, you're gonna be able to start attracting clients to you. I can give you a call to action. I don't know if I should though, but if you wanna work with me, you can. You can just DM me, like we could just talk in the DMs, or you could check out another one of my videos. I can talk about offers, a bunch of stuff. I have a playlist on how I went from 0 to this month. We're hitting 50K, but any month I average between 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35K a month. You can check that out, all from my YouTube channel. I spend 2 days a week delivering I have a high ticket consulting offer. I run a solo consulting business at a 95% profit margin, and it's the best business on the face of the earth. Regardless, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Go check out another one. All right. See you soon. Peace out.